Okay, so we're back. Okay, ladies, how you feeling?
Good.
Good? A little trippy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needs drugs when we have you?
There you go. You heard it straight from the... That's hysterical. It's true. Who needs drugs when you have me? That's right. Don't I always say that? Don't I always say, what would happen if I took drugs?
Oh my God.
Right. Oh my God. Exactly. Exactly. I don't need drugs. That's also not my imagination. Like, if I calm myself down enough, then I just start channeling. So, yeah. But channeling is apparently like doing drugs. I don't know. Is that true? Who knows? Anyway, I gotta take this off. I'm dying. I wore my violet for you. I'm trying to cover myself a little bit. There we go. Okay. So, let's see, my friends. So we're thinking purple and white, right? Anybody think of a stone that is good for this? And I don't normally tell the stones, so don't get too excited. I don't tell everything. What's
Amethyst.
that? Oh, see, now they're answering me. Yes, amethyst is one of the most commonly used stones for healing.
Alexandrite.
Oh, Alexandra, you're fancy. What, are you looking it up right now, you cheater?
No, those just the first three that popped into my head because they're the ones I like.
Very, very true. But the amethyst, yeah, it's one of the most common ones. I always say, like, you have to have, like, these 5 stones, definitely. And the amethyst is the most common, and it's very, very healing and soothing. But also, don't forget, like...
In fairness, Alexandrite's my birthstone.
Oh. Oh, hey now. Hey, Cheryl. Just waving. What do people see when you wave? I don't think I've ever been waved at. Jealous. All right. Jealous. So that one, I kind of, like, I skipped ahead a little bit because next week is really all about bringing all the colors together. But I had to do it a little bit tonight because the crown chakra really is this accumulation of everything. Next week we'll talk more about how that all goes in. I don't want to go give everything away, but how it goes more into the auric value of you. But that's what's building. So every time we work on these chakras, we're getting a boost to our aura. And we're also purifying it, which is, remember, I always say every week, like, if stuff comes up that you weren't expecting, it's because you're working on it. Sorry. But again, I am not exempt from this by any means. So this week we thought we were safe from losing the electric, and then, like, 24 hours later, suddenly it was gone. So, you know, I definitely think that one of the biggest lessons here is adaptability and how amazingly adaptable we really can be. And noticing that value of not just not taking things for granted, but being able to roll with the value of it. Because each craziness has its own lesson, right? So, yeah, we don't always want to learn it, but it does have its own value. So that was this week, and I'm sure next week will be just equally as exciting, right? Don't you think? Hoping maybe a little less exciting. But as I was doing the artwork last night, Renee and I were watching the second season of Umbrella Academy, and I'm like, yeah, we're just as cool as they are with their powers. But
I just started that this week.
It's so good. It's so good.
We didn't want to stop. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we're like, I guess we should stop watching this. It's so good. But I was laughing as I was doing my artwork because the first one was, like, hard, but when I look back at it, it was kind of the best. And then the second one, it was, like, too strict. And I was, like, following too many rules in my mind, and it was rough. And then the third one was like, oh, this is my happy medium. It's the one I like best, but the truth is I still think the first one is the most true to it. Does that make sense? Because it's, like, it's kind of sloppy, and that's what it kind of feels like to me. So, I'm like, all right. Anyway, Kristen, I love your homeworks. I do remember it now. It was way more purple. I got it. It's in my head now.
That was the indigo one.
Yes, I remember. It's good. Carrie's going to show me one day.
I got a big purple one in my head ready to go.
Good. Put some white in it.
All right.
Hey, Cheryl, you ever do any of the homeworks? It's going to be like a 15-minute delay. She'll text me when I'm off. So what else do we need to talk about? Anything come up when you were, like, when people... I guess I'm not used to being myself led through meditations like that, so I'm curious what comes up when I take you out of your body. Does anybody have a difficult time leaving? Are you thinking? Are you guys thinking about it, or are you not going to answer? We're just getting a stare down. So, I mean, Jeannie, I've done this a million times with you specifically. Do you have a difficult time leaving your body, or you're just like...
Oh, no. Like, I was out, and then, like, I was gone.
Yeah.
So, that happens sometimes.
Oh, that's fine.
I just woke up.
Just woke up to you laughing about nothing.
I had a really good nap.
Good. What, Renee?
That was me last week.
Yeah, it's like that. That's totally normal. And I think what's the
that was me when we did Yellow.
Yellow? Because you're like,
Yellow,
not
right.
your favorite, and now you love it. Ha, 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 ha.
And Yellow's my worst one.
I know. That's the harder
right?
one.
So I thought it was so bizarre that I was able to crash out.
Because you really needed it.
I couldn't really.
You weren't going.
I couldn't do it. I got close. Every time I'd get close, my brain would take a detour to something.
Yeah.
I was having, like, spiritual ADHD today, I guess.
That's fine.
Like, at one point I was thinking about dogs of somebody I don't even know.
Oh.
It was so weird. I'm like,
well,
why am I thinking about that?
So to be fair, this is part of the third eye and the crown go together. So when we're activating them, like, all that junk needs to leave. And in order for it to leave sometimes, you're going to go through some kind of ADHD symptoms.
Yeah, well, I'm there.
So welcome to growth, Kristen. Good job.
I'm there.
Good job. You're going to be like, what? Who? What? Dogs? Monkeys? What?
Oh, look, a chicken.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Very.
I mean, my brain bounced from the dogs to what if I cook this thing, and then I was thinking about changing a mirror in the bathroom.
Wow.
I was all over.
That's the gamut. All right. I like that. I think you should write down, try to figure out what you said first, because that'd be really funny to see. Then we thought of the dogs, and there was a mirror, and then... That's good.
It's so weird. And then I don't even know. At some point,
that's okay.
At some point, there was the mirror, the dogs, cooking. Oh, and then at one point, I was like, I never really made the bedroom Ian's. He really didn't get to share it with me. And that popped in there from out of nowhere. I'm like,
that's so
that
funny.
Come from?
That's funny. Where did
Not
that?
that he ever complained.
No, I'm sure he didn't.
He ever complained. But I realized that bedroom has not changed since before. Except I did change the layout to make it more easily available to him. That was the only thing I did. Like, I changed the placement of the bed.
He was fine. He was happy.
And after that, no. Now the bedroom's been mine. All the clothes in there were mine. The furniture in there is mine. All my makeup, everything. It's really clearly Kristen's room, always has been.
Okay, do you think that... All right, you know what? I'm not going to lead you into it. I want you to continue with the crown chakra this week, okay? That's your homework. So not just the homework on it, like the art stuff, but I want you to actually write about that with Ian, because I think you're going to get some more information than you think.
Is he telling you stuff?
I'm not telling you anything. You have to do this yourself.
He's telling you stuff. I can
No.
say it by your face.
Kristen thinks that I'm withholding information from her husband. I am not. Well, I am, but I'm not. You're going to do it yourself. Don't curse at me. She's cursing at me on Zoom.
I did it. I said you're lying.
One of my favorite pieces of information Ian ever told me was... It was the Michael Jackson thing, right? Wasn't that the funniest one? He has told me some really funny things, but it was the Billie Jean one. I was like, why am I singing this song? He's driving me nuts.
Oh my God. That was another thing. I was just now. Not that one. Blame it on the boogie. The Jackson song.
See?
That one was in my head.
Yes. Well, welcome, because
I
Ian's...
didn't like that song.
Listen, lady, he's trying to get your attention. You think you're not meditating, but you are. Anyway, so, Carrie, how was it for you to leave your body like that?
I think because I had treatment today, I just jumped off, was like flying around the universe.
And I'm gone.
It was like, pew!
That makes a lot of sense.
I was ready.
Boof, here we go. We don't need to be here anymore. She's already packed. She's out.
I was like, where am I?
What's happening? I don't know. Did you see any other lights, or were you just so busy flying around?
I was like literally flying around.
All right. My work here is done. Okay. Perfect. That was a very scary close-up. I hope nobody's watching.
No, there are some colors and stuff.
Okay. Kristen, you
You
look
can
like...
carry a cape.
Yeah, it looked like you were about to do a pull-up in the screen. You're like... That's really funny. So, people on live, if you're still there, I don't know, nobody's answering. Let's see what happens. So for me, like when I get treated, it generally, even if I'm exhausted, it usually takes me a few minutes to, not just relax, but just like to offer myself that way, because I'm usually the one, I got a heart, thank you. I'm usually the one leading. So, when I am supposed to be the one like releasing, it's kind of humorous. Renee can attest to this because she's treated me before. It's kind of humorous because usually Candace will see like flying balls and bubbles of my thoughts and all this crazy stuff, and like she's like, oh my god, they're all over the place and they're flying and they're zipping by, and she's like, and I tried to organize them and put them in little containers. Oh, it's ridiculous. And then
Like hungry hippos.
yeah, basically, but like with flying things, like, and they're different sizes and different colors and they go different speeds. And then she's like, ultimately, I just like told them it was okay. Like we usually come, but she fights it every time. She's like, I'm going to organize them for you. And then eventually she just goes, I just ended up letting them fly around, and like I tried to contain them a little bit, and then they stopped, and like, yeah, and then I started flying. Thank you. So it's a funny thing, because when you're the one usually in control, the whole body has to go like, okay, like my body's ready, but my mind's going, how do we do this? And trust that everybody will take care of everything. But once it does, it's kind of like where Kristen is, where you think you're not doing it. But then suddenly you just go, and it's there. So you'll probably get some interesting sleep nights, which I can't wait to hear about. You're welcome.
It's been so crappy lately.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get some changes for sure. That will definitely happen.
That has to change up.
I
Because
know.
this downward spiral is not working.
And you're probably going to hear Ian saying something to you. That's funny, because I'm going to tell him a joke now, and I'll bet he's going to tell you. Anyway. Don't look at me like that with your eyes. So drink plenty of water. This is the week of true purification. So if you're up for more chakra stuff, the crown chakra, like I said, it's the seventh. It's the last of the primary chakras. It's the beginning of this accumulation of everything working together. And because of that, it's a different type of purification. Now, spiritual purification is different from just a detox. Sometimes you might feel, I have to say this to you as a disclaimer, but also so that you're aware. You're not getting COVID, okay? But you should always get checked out anyway. Poor Jeannie gets checked out all the time. So she's like, I got that covered. But you might start to feel, as you do this type of purification, you might start to feel like achy joints, shivery little sweats, things like that. There is a spiritual purification that happens. It's very different than just a regular detox, because it happens fast and it like pours out. I don't know how else to describe it. And instead of stopping, like this is how you'll know the difference basically. Instead of stopping your practices, you continue with them, and you just up your water and you up your good foods. You treat it like you're processing something, and you write a lot. So you have to do all of your homeworks. Have to. So this week is super important. You have to do all of your homeworks, and you have to really, really focus on them. Particularly for people that are treating others and things like that. this is where you're going to have to separate yourself from them. So, like, Carrie, after your sessions and during your sessions, if it's, well, you know, it's freezing in your office, so you could wear a hat. If you wanted to wear a hat, it'd probably be a good idea as a little protection over there. Because the truth is, like, you're going to be more open to it. So you might feel a little bit more protected afterwards. It won't feel so hard to discharge. And,
baseball hat?
like a baseball hat? Sure. Good job. Or a Santa hat just to confuse them. That's also great. I was like, ah. But the other thing is,
A crown from time.
you could wear a crown. You're not really.
Beret?
It's a beret. It's a beret. What are you wearing? A beret.
I have one.
Or just a mask
Me
up
too.
top of your head. Just slide it up.
It's my high school drumline beret.
Oh, God. She's going to come to the office in a beret because of Kristen. Heidi said a sun hat. No, Heidi,
Come on.
why would we want to do, like appropriate things? We just want to do the weirdest thing possible.
It's Heidi.
If I tell Carrie she should wear a hat for her spiritual protection, she's going to come in with, like, scuba diving gear. And I have to accept that.
She's gonna come in with the horn, a rooster.
Yeah, I just have to accept that.
She's gonna come in with the horns and the braids and the whole.
Oh, like a whole Viking thing. Yes, she's going to have a Viking scheme on, guaranteed.
Yeah.
So I have to accept whatever's going to happen. That's out of my control. And this might actually happen. Or one of her clients is going to bring in something very strange. Yeah. And then I'll probably end up wearing it too. And then we'll take pictures and it will go public.
Make a video.
And we'll make a video because that's what we do. We've been missing out on props. Somebody gifted me an Auric vacuum cleaner today. So I could use that as a prop too. Okay, hold on a second.
Infomercial.
How did I not talk about this? Today was the amazing day of abundance for me. I don't know what the hell I've been manifesting, but holy Lord in heaven above. First, I got a full, complete organic essential oil set. Like there's like 20 oils in there. And, like, while they might not be the most expensive, they're organic oils. And, like, it's a whole set.
They look pretty expensive.
They probably are. They probably are. Whatever. I'm just saying they're not like rose oil or whatever, but they're nice. So I got gifted that, and then one of my clients came in with one of her friends who I've never met, who has decided that she felt my energy was so good that she gifted me the Auric vacuum cleaner, a Buddha, 2 crystal gritting bowls, an angel candle thing. What?
Chimes.
Oh yeah, a Tibetan bell. Yeah, well, I wanted one of those. Apparently, I needed it today, and a bunch of stones. And there's apparently more to come. So here's the funny part is that, like, I woke up today, I looked at one of my tiny little Buddhas. I'm like, I love my little Buddhas. Like, they're the fat belly Buddhas, but she brought me, like, the pretty one. And she's like, oh yeah, I haven't seen these wrapped up in years. They've been wrapped up for, like, at least a year or something. So she's apologizing to them as we're unwrapping them. She's like, I need to unwrap them.
And she chanted to them.
And then she
That was
chanted a shamanic freaking sacred chants that was, like, so cool. And I'm like, this is really happening right now. And then, so she's apologizing and then gave them to me. And now, as I'm touching the back of the Buddha, there's heat coming off of his back. I'm going, this is really happening. This is really...
I think, is this real life?
This is real life? Is this real life? Like, I know I say these things, but when they happen, like, with somebody else doing it with me, I'm cracking up. I've never met this person before. I tell you, she came out and I saw her crown chakra. I was like, all right, this is what's happening. Oh, she gave me an earth card set. So I read her cards right away. The layout was ridiculous. It had already had 2 symbols that I had just talked to her about outside already. And then I said, I think I need another one. And the last one was a shaman. I was like, well, there you go. Now we're complete.
And the fairy, and she was already a fairy in one of her lives.
Yes, well, that was the whole thing, was that outside, she parked in front of our tree and told Elise that she saw tons of fairies. So when she got out of the car, I said, blah, blah, I was talking about how she's a rainbow, and that, I was talking about all these colors and all this other stuff. And what was the other card? Rainbow and...
There was rain.
and rain and something else. And I had already literally said those 3 symbols. I was like, well, all right, these cards are
Waterfall.
perfect. Yes, I said, oh, you're a waterfall. Who says things like that? I do. Okay. But she's saying it right back to me. So that's okay. So that was my day. The day of abundance. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And I'm like, what?
And you got a chicken farm hero.
Oh, yeah. Then Elise bought me a chicken farm hero because I said to Carrie, I was like, Elise asking if we want anything. And I knew she was going to say no, but in my head it goes, well, if I offer her a chicken parm hero, I think she's going to say yes. And Carrie goes, well, maybe a chicken parm hero. So, okay. So we get that. And then I'm on the way home. I have not eaten anything except for a few nuts and a half of a shake the whole day. So maybe like 150 calories. I'm starving. And I get in the car and I call Bill and he goes, oh, my mom bought us Italian. Like, so there's more stuff at home with sauce and whatever. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I should be asking for millions of dollars so that we could start a commune. That's what I should be asking for. So that will be next. So, universe, I am open to receiving in abundance a possibility for our commune. Just send it all to me. Thank you. Well, I promise that that's what I will do with the money. I will not squander it. So there you go. And we will have tons of essential oils and she might be giving me more crystals. She has to okay it with her friend who like went in on it with her. So I might be getting like boxes of like serious crystals. I'm like, oh, because Mystical Crystal is closing in Huntington. So I was saying to Carrie today, I was like, oh my God, Pascal's moving to Texas to be with her grandkids. And now who I will refer to and like where will we go for our crystals? And then she gave me all these crystals. Can't make this up.
And look what I found as we started our meditation.
Ah, very nice. What is that black tourmaline or what is that on back of it?
Yep, that's black tourmaline.
Nice.
With all the
chakras.
It was charged with Reiki and it's got all the chakra colors on it.
Yeah, Heidi, I know. It's sad, right? That's awesome, Kristen.
There you go.
I like that
Nice.
one. I have something similar to that.
It when we just started the meditation.
See? I almost called you Kristen. Renee bought me a selenite one like that with the chakras on it. I wore that yesterday.
The white one?
Mm-hmm.
Jean has the white one.
Yes.
The selenite.
Yes. So, that's all for tonight. I have to go because I'm very hot. So, continue.
I did my homework.
You did your... Are you... You fibber! She didn't do her homework. She's showing my son's birthday painting for her. What am I gonna do with you? It looks like a person. That's great. Carrie's cheating. Yesterday was Carrie's birthday, so we'll tell one more coincidence. Carrie was born on August 8th at 8 and in the room 8, and now she's also in the office room 8. And then Renee, I told her that story, and then the night before looked on her.
It happened that night with my...
Yeah.
I thought it was on the Fitbit. Yeah, the night that I told you. Anyway, so she looked at her Fitbit and it said like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, like all these 8s. And I'm like, well, there you go. We're all connected. All right.
That was so awesome.
888 steps that day.
800. Before I start stripping on public.
I remember that post.
1988.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to have to sign off because I'm very hot. So I love you, Heidi, and whoever else is still watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.